Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shweta and I'm so happy that you're here. First of all, it's been a really long time since I've uploaded a YouTube video. Things were going on, I was working and I just couldn't find time, and I was so packed with readings. Literally, I had back-to-back sessions along with my 9 to 5 job, which I finally quit, thank God. Claps. Yeah, things have been really great, and I knew for a fact that the moment I quit my job, I will resume YouTube, and here I am making a video for you all. Now this video, literally every time I went live on Instagram, I'm more active there than any other place. You guys can follow me there. But the more I went live, the more I talked to people, everybody had this one question, which was, how was your journey like? Where did you learn from? What do I need to do? What are the pros and cons of, there were so many questions regarding this particular thing, this particular topic that I'm going to be talking about, that I was like, you know what, let me just address all of it into one full video. And I'm not trying to make it sound like, oh, there were so many people. There were literally a lot of people asking me that. Literally every single person was like, you're so good at it. I'm not trying to like boast, but I am good at what I'm doing. But you're so good at it. How did you learn it? How do I get myself into it, right? So I have a whole list of things I need to talk about. Like, I have done all my homework and I know what I need to talk about, and what all the things that will help you in your journey, or more like me telling you my story, and it might just work out for you, maybe or maybe not, or you might just get inspired in a way, I don't know. So yeah, this is my journey into spirituality and how I ended up becoming a tarot reader and how it turned out to be my full-time career. Without any further ado, let's begin. The first question everybody keeps asking me is that, have you always been spiritual? Have you ever been forced to choose that path? Have you always felt that there was like this feeling that you were spiritual? And all of that questions have always come to me, and I want to address it literally right now. I have, in my eyes, always been spiritual in one shape or form. Right now, for a lot of people, spirituality is more to do with sacrificing a few things, sacrificing the materialistic things in their lives, which is a part of it, maybe for some. For me, spirituality has always been speaking my mind and being confident in what I speak about. Now, I want to give a disclaimer, right? A lot of people think that being rude and being sort of cocky is self-confidence. I have always maintained that fine line between confidence and being boastful. It's gratitude, right? The more I was confident, the more my feet were grounded. And I'm not saying it, I'm not like boasting about me being grounded, but I felt this. I felt it from the deepest corners of my heart. Materialistic things don't faze me. I am happy having whatever I have in whatever capacity I have. I mean, I didn't have a lot of these things and I would still continue what I'm doing right now, so it doesn't make any sort of a difference. Plus, I know I'm supremely privileged of a lot of things in my life. In fact, the fact that I quit my job in itself is a huge privilege that a lot of people don't realize. So coming back, right? I always digress. Coming back, the first thing that I was always told is, you will not be yourself. Even if it makes you seem like you are somewhere a hypocrite, or somewhere you're not able to sort of gauge a situation properly, whatever it is, XYZ, I have to ensure one thing, that I'm myself. Even if I'm flawed, even if I'm a hypocrite, even if I'm not myself, I still have to be myself. I get to hear this a lot, right? You're such a fake person, you're such a fake this. No person is fake. They are just adapting to situations differently, and being honest with that is important, right? So I used to adapt to situations like my way, right? If I am with my boss, I'm a different person. If I'm with my friend, it's a different person. Doesn't mean I'm fake. I'm just adjusting to the situation, and I want to be honest in those particular instances as well. That is my idea of being real. So in my mind, spirituality has always been being freaking real in life. If I don't like something, I will say it out loud. Maybe a day later, I will start liking it. I will accept it, because I don't want to project myself as the supremely perfect person. I'm not perfect, but I'm okay with being imperfect. If I feel I'm perfect, then I'm all in with that also, because I know what I am and I know what I'm not. So then comes the point of being self-aware. Right now, Let's go back into time. When I was, say, 12 years old or 13 years old, I've said this a million times and I'll tell it to the world, I didn't have friends. Did it bother me? 100%. Did it make me feel upset? 100%. Did it make me feel like I had to sort of pretend to be cool and pretend to like things in order to gel with people? 100%. I used to do that. One thing I was sure about, that I have to be real to myself. I knew what I was doing. I knew I was aligned with myself. Even if I was trying to adapt into situations differently, I was being honest with myself that I know what I'm doing. I know there is a purpose behind everything. There's an intention behind it. So from my childhood, I know what I was doing and I was very aware about it. Then cut to school, college, I have always been very outspoken. I have always been very, very upfront about things. Not rude, not... I need to tell him to shut up. But as I was saying, right, I have never been rude. I have always been upfront. I have been very clear about things. For a lot of people, they feel that me being clear is me being rude, but that's your problem. And I had always had a really extreme clear vision that this is my boundary and this is the way I want to be, and that is it. I'm open to different opinions. I am open to people clearing out my mistakes, whatever, XYZ. But I know that there are a few value systems that I cannot break, and these are very, very strong. Some of them are flawed and I'm completely working on them. Things like working too hard to the point of self-sabotaging. I know it's a problem in me and I want to work about it, but being aware about it is enough. A lot of people are not aware about it. Trust me, they are not. So you being aware about your flaws is very, very important. That's the first step of being, say, so spiritual. Second point, I think spirituality as a word has been too glamorized. It's been exploited in a very bad way. So-called spiritual leaders, so-called spiritual gurus, so-called master manifestors have literally damaged, literally ruined, exploited this term to their own benefit. For me, it's not spirituality, it's a way of life, right? For me, being self-aware, being honest with my own self is a part of my life. So I don't even know when people ask me, when did you feel like you were spiritual? I literally don't know when I have. So for me, it was always like this, always. And you can ask any person, anybody who knows me very well, I will speak my mind. It can get me in trouble, it cannot, but it is a way of me expressing myself. And if I stop expressing myself, how can I be spiritual? If I stop expressing myself, how am I aware about my own self, right? I need to speak what I'm thinking. Only then it can be an outlet, right? That is also an outlet of emotions. And I need that to be more aware about myself in one way or a shape or form, right? That is something that I always look into. And with that, I will also talk about confidence in my life and the role it played in my life. And a lot of people have told me that I'm, say, confident and they want to be like me. First of all, everybody says that, but I will say it too. I always have my self-doubt moments, self-sabotaging moments. This is currently a self-sabotaging moment where I want to take rest, but I feel like shooting this YouTube video so bad. I'm doing it because of myself. I'm not doing it because of other things, but I really wanted to shoot this YouTube video. This is kind of self-sabotaging because I did come on a vacation, but that's another thing. So one thing I will say about confidence is that you are never born with it. Unfortunately, stay in a society that all the time has to push you down, has to pressure you, and you inwardly downplay yourself. You undermine yourself in one way or shape or form. But you do, right? You realize that society's opinion is more important than my entire freaking human self. That one phrase or one thing that we keep on hearing from so-called society has literally changed my perspective towards life. The gravity of the situation. I never wanted that to happen. I was like, no person, no societal ideology will ever derail me into my own lifestyle, the way I want to live my life. Nobody can touch me, nobody can faze me. That is confidence. That you don't let anybody affect you. You don't let anybody, touch you. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be closed. I'm not saying you have to be rude. I'm not saying that you have to be supremely bitchy towards the world. No, you can be a very nice person and still hold your boundary. If I can do it, anybody can. So it is a continuous ongoing process, right? You literally have to work on your confidence every single day. Finest of the finest or the smallest things can bring such varied changes in our life. And the one big change that I felt in my life was my speech. my words, my spells, right? I remember I had this live session on Instagram with Palak, and she said this, right? She said spells comes from the word spellings, right? And spellings are basically what? Our speech, right? We say out spelling. So the way you speak about yourself has a direct impact on you. You know, it's very cut to the chase. I am talking to myself. I am in front of my mirror. If I say something absolutely worse about me, I'll start imagining it, I'll start feeling it, I'll start seeing it, and I'll start behaving that way. That is the biggest mistake one can do. Simple, to the point. These are such basic things, but we always forget to say it. Like, we always forget to mention it to people. Your words literally have magical powers, right? The way you speak to yourself has magic in it. Use it to your own advantage. Second thing, being grateful. A lot of people have this mindset that, okay, you know what, let's be grateful. The moment we write, okay, thank you God for the food we eat, thank you God for all of that, we are grateful, bhaiya. And a few other smart people come to me and they're like, oh, what is the benefit of being grateful? Again, taking credit for a lot of things is another problem of mine. I know I'm like kind of digressing from the topic, but I have actually, I have an ebook of mine. If you guys want to check it out, please check it out. The link will be in the description box below. People taking credit for their manifestation is one big issue that I have. First of all, you're wanting to manifest to the universe. Second of all, you are pretending or you are half-assing it, saying that, you know what, yeah, if I write this, I'll get my manifestation faster. Do you know, I want to work for it? So that's idea of, oh my God, this is a shortcut, is a big issue. There is no shortcut. There is no shortcut to confidence. There's no shortcut to self-confidence. There's no shortcut to spirituality. It's a process. It's a process. It has to be taken with that process. You have to go pace-wise. You cannot get shortcuts. Life is not a shortcut. You have to live it. The same way you have to live through these processes. For me, being aware about my privilege and not taking credit for it, not being boastful about it, is such a simple and important thing. In my life, if I'm able to give out, I will give out as much as I can. And giving out could be donating money, giving out could be you saying out affirmations to yourself. You will get it back. So whatever you give, you literally receive it the same way. Now it could be anything. If you're saying bad things about yourself, you're gonna get it back. If you're doing good deeds, you're gonna get it back. Always be aware, be present in the moment of, I'm not saying you have to do it, but I always imagine myself that, what if I am in this situation and I get treated like that? So I have always ensured that I will help within my capacity as much as I can. If there's something that I cannot help with, then I will ask somebody to help, and then I'll request him to ask somebody else, right? So if I can't do it, maybe somebody else has the potential of doing it and maybe they can help. That is something that I always envision myself as. So, I talked about, my spirituality and my self-love and how I am as a human being. What I'm doing right now, which is tarot reading, has immense influence of it. How I speak, how I read cards, they're all influenced by my value system. It is. No tarot reader is not influenced by something. They cannot be blank slates. You ought to be influenced by something. And that is when you realize that, there is a lot that you live through. And when you become a medium of helping, guiding people, it's a lot to do with your value system.